Hey and welcome, msKIRAspeaks. Before we get started, I ask that you watch the videos till the end, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. What are you guys up to this weekend? I just got in from the movies with the boys, and now I'm here about to do another watch list for you guys. As you know, my watch list consists of TV, streaming, and film, old, new, and in between. Some I've watched before, and some I'm currently watching. I'll give you my mostly spoiler-free breakdown of 2 or more shows with some additional recommendations. I just want to say welcome to any newcomers. I hope you'll tell your friends and return for future content. And to my subscribers, thank you for your continued support. You have no idea how much I appreciate you all. Tonight, we are talking Africa and Nollywood. First up is Queen Sono, released in 2020. This drama series is on Netflix. It had 1 season, and I think it was supposed to have a 2nd season, and then it got canceled, and I'm kind of bummed about that. Netflix called it its first African original series. It's 6 episodes, 30 to 45 minutes each. South African spy Queen Sono finds herself in a nefarious web of business and politics as she seeks to uncover the truth about her mother's death. Now that was our brief Netflix summary. So as the brief summary says, it's based in South Africa, but we get to explore other parts of Africa and we see beautiful visuals and we get some tunes. The main character, Queen, she's given us 007 vibes with cool disguises or wardrobe and some butt-kicking moves. So I'm watching this series in the room and my youngest comes in and he's not supposed to be watching it. And Queen, she is kicking butt and taking numbers. And he comes in and he's like, wow, she got some moves. And I'm like, yeah, she does. Black girl magic. Now go on about your business. Because like I said, he wasn't supposed to be watching it. Queen is haunted by her mother's passing. And when the series begins, she doesn't want to carry on her legacy and she's not quite sure what she wants to do with her future. Queen sees her mom as just her mom, but to most, she was a hero, and to some, she was a rebel that needed to be stopped. She's got a fierce grandma in her corner, and we get to see some of her personal life. We get to see some of her friends and a love interest. But mainly, we see her hard at work at SOG, which is the government agency that she works for. The series gives us government corruption and rebel groups. They're giving you a lot in 6 episodes with lots of action. And even though they give us some background story on why the villain is the way that they are, in true villain form, they piss me off. I don't want to give too much away, but I will say this series is giving girl power. I mean, black girl magic. And it's definitely worth a watch. Now I heard they canceled season 2 because of the panorama, but I'm hoping if it took 2 years for them to do season 2 of P-Valley, maybe Netflix will revisit Queen Sono. Fingers crossed. Next up is King of Boys, The Return of the King. Released in 2021, this is a Netflix limited series. It's 7 episodes, 45 minutes to an hour each. Cleared of all charges, Eniola makes a triumphant return and a striking announcement. Meanwhile, a reporter starts digging for a high-stakes story. And that was our brief Netflix summary. So now this time, we are talking West Africa, Nigeria specifically. Nollywood, anyone? As the summary states, exonerated King, or Eniola, returns after a 5-year exile. Now, part of me wanted to see what she was up to in these New York streets the past 5 years, which is where we last left her in King of Boys. King is still grieving after the loss of her kids as she struggles between old Eniola and her new self. Does she seek revenge or turn over a new leaf? Now, we are going to see this internal struggle on that screen. They show us the old Eniola talking to the current Eniola, and she takes no shit. She is very off with their heads. King sets her sights on running for governor, And the guy that's running her campaign, child, a mess. The current governor isn't fazed, but his wife, First Lady, self-professed brains of the operation, she's not trying to hear it, and she sets out to take Eniola down. And sidebar, First Lady and King are giving us looks. King, she's giving us traditional, regal, while the First Lady, she's giving us westernized, modern, spot on for both of them. The governor, he's surrounded by lots of powerful women, and I love to see it. Dapo is the reporter on the verge of a huge story. His father was also a reporter, which I'm sure gives him this drive that causes work to interfere in his personal life. Sir has some heavy baggage that he really needs to sort out. We have a quick little story with the Reverend, with King, and the current Governor Randall, both trying to get his endorsements. You'll have to watch to see how that one shakes out. It seems at one point that the odds are stacked against her. Will King retain her crown or surrender it to another who wants her title as king of the notorious street organization, King of Boys, and become governor? Or will she attempt to do both? Child, it was by no means a quick watch, but well worth it. They threw some twists and turns in there that had me like, what? And there was definitely a few times where I was singing, "They smiling in your face." It's definitely giving power struggle. I'm gonna tell you, when watching these African series, be prepared to give up some of your time. And if you don't speak any of the languages or dialect like myself, be prepared to put the captions on. But I love it, for this American is giving us something different. Me, personally, I watched the 2018 movie, King of Boys, prior to watching the series because I wanted to have all the background information. It's up to you how you want to watch. You can follow the series without watching the movie first, though the movie is one of my recommendations. Last up is Blood Sisters, released May of this year. It's on Netflix. It's a limited series. It's also Nollywood or a Nigerian thriller. It's 4 episodes that are a little less than an hour each. A toxic relationship, a fiery family feud, a deadly scandal. To clear their names, 2 best friends go on the run, and danger lies at every turn. Now, I wrote that down as my Netflix summary, but when I went back, because I watched it, I think the end of May, or maybe the beginning of June. But when I went back, I didn't see that description on Netflix. It doesn't really matter. It's just a brief summary. We're going to talk about it anyway. Now, the very first scene in the series is crazy. Sarah and Kemi are best friends, and I'm talking ride or die. Sarah, she's engaged to her dream guy, Kola. Kola comes from a wealthy family, while Sarah's family comes from a small village that's not as affluent. We are at the engagement for the upcoming nuptials. It's a whole vibe, very beautiful. The hotel looks amazing, and everyone is dressed. It's giving regal, and everything about their life is grand, which we'll see later in the series when we get to visit Kola's family home where his mom lives. And even with these beautiful surroundings, we see everyone's intentions play out in the first episode in the first 10 to 15 minutes. Kola's mom, she's a trip. She's giving us Cruella vibes. And Sarah's mom, she isn't much better because she's got her eyes on the prize. Kola's mom wanted him to marry someone else. Kola is the golden boy of the family, who we find out has lots of drama. They all got secrets, from the mama to the sister Tamaine, who's in rehab, to the oldest brother Femi. Femi's wife, she's a boss who won't let anybody get in the way of her ambitions for her family. Sis said she could wear the pants too. Kola's disappearance at the engagement party causes Sarah and Kemi to go on the run. They give us lots of twists and turns, and they introduce us to a big-time detective who's worked in the US in Chicago. He is on the case. Will he hurt the girls or will he help them? As the mystery unravels, we find out that Kola and his family aren't all that they seem to be. There is a twist that I didn't see coming, and by the last episode, all the skeletons are falling out of the closet. Now, personally, I would have liked a different ending, but you go on and check it out and let me know what you think. There was so much more that I could have said about this last one, Blood Sisters, that I watched and I really thoroughly enjoyed. But I don't want to give too much away, so you get the basics of it. It's the girls, you know, girl power, bonding, sisters ride or die, like I said, and it's a whole bunch of twists and turns and dramas, and you find out a whole bunch of secrets, and I think you guys are really gonna like it. What are you guys watching? Do you guys watch any Nollywood or any other African content on Netflix or other platforms? Drop down in the comments and let me know. And if you are looking for more like these, check out the 2018 movie King of Boys on Netflix. Like I said, this will give you a little background to the series. Also check out Oloture, also on Netflix. Drop down in the comments and let me know if you've seen these and what you thought. And you could also let me know if you've seen my recommendations, or just let me know you stopped by. And before I go, I want to wish everybody a happy Juneteenth weekend. Enjoy, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to do these every other week, but keep your notifications on in case I sneak one in on you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.